Welcome to Behind the Scenes at independent.com. Here we are with Chris Meagher, the author of today's cover story, Running for Third, about the upcoming election for the county's 3rd District supervisor race. And we're going to ask him some questions about how he came to some of these conclusions that he raised in the story. So Chris, you seem to suggest that this is one of the most important, perhaps the most important race ever in county history. Why would you say something like that?
Well, as I mentioned in the article, there's a lot of important issues that are facing the county right now, and specifically the 3rd District, and I think the 3rd District is kind of representative of some of the issues as a whole. You know, things like preserving the Gaviota Coast and ag land, while at the same time providing housing for you know, the people that work in the county, and the differences between the North County and the South County kind of come together in the 3rd District. And so
yeah, it seems right now that Doreen Farr and David Smizer are really the front runners here. Do you think any of the other three, Steve Pappas, Dave Bierman, or Victoria Pointer, have much of a chance of winning here?
Well, you know, these candidate races, these supervisor races, or even, you know, national races, kind of comes down to money. And Smizer and Farr at this point are the people with the money, and so they're able to get their message out, you know, easier than these other three, who are kind of more geographically located, as opposed to, you know, kind of have a county-wide recognition. Doreen Farr used to live in Goleta, now she lives in San Ynez, so she kind of has, you know, a more general constituency already backing her.
And then of the issues you raised here, you bring up the budget, redistricting, Gaviota Coast, ag land, and housing. Which one of these do you think resonates most with the voters in the 3rd District?
That's a tough question, because you know, I think this election is unique because the person who wins will have to decide, you know, where those county lines are going to be drawn. So redistricting is kind of a you know, thing that only pops up every once in a while, but at the same time it's also really mundane and boring.
Hard to translate to voters.
So it might not resonate with people as much. So I default to the Gaviota Coast, especially here on the South Coast. You know, you get people who really care about the environment and keeping that open space. But I also think that residents in the North County, you know, recognize that preserving that area is important.
And you mentioned that UCSB's vote is oftentimes a big factor in the 3rd District election. Do you think they're going to vote in June?
That's a good question. That's the million-dollar question, really. I think you know, nobody really knows. They're trying to rally the troops. I think everybody's out pounding the cement in Isla Vista, but I mean, it's really a crapshoot. You don't have anything else to really fire up the students. You know, it's a dead week on campus, and you know, there's no larger presidential primary or anything. So I think if they do, that bodes well for, you know, progressive candidates, but if not, that might give Smizer a chance to kind of sneak in and do well.
Yeah. So it's Thursday, May 8th. It's about 3:30. The story came out this morning. Have you gotten any feedback yet?
Gotten some feedback, a little bit. I think, you know, from what I've heard, people have kind of confirmed the fact that, you know, the issues that I bring up that you mentioned earlier are the important ones that people care about, and it's hard to kind of encompass everybody, all 5 candidates' feelings on everything, but I think the story does a decent job of doing that, at least.
Yeah, I think so too. Well, thanks for tuning in to the first edition of Behind the Scenes at independent.com, and look for more of these features in the days to come.